Oh, hi. Well, this is kind of awkward. I wanted to start off the channel to talk about the importance of rest and how I, over the past couple of years, have really tried to make rest a really high priority in my life in every area. And this is one of those things that felt like a good idea at the time, but now I'm realizing it's kind of awkward. So let me try something else. So, the dictionary defines rest as ceasing work and movement in order to relax, refresh oneself, or recover strength. Unfortunately, we live in a culture that tells us to keep working, to never stop doing, and we wonder sometimes why we feel anxious, exhausted, and overwhelmed. The disconnect is that we're human, not machines. And when we try to live a life where we don't relax, where we don't refresh ourselves, where we don't recover our strength on a regular basis, when we try to live a life where we keep working and we keep doing nonstop as if we have no limits, that catches up with us eventually. That leads to things like numbing out in order to avoid pain, or distracting ourselves, or running from pain that results from a lack of rest and a lack of peace. I used to be the king of trying to live life in the most efficient way possible in my 20s. I was obsessed with life hacks, obsessed with finding ways to get things done more quickly. I was obsessed with trying to figure out if there was a better way. But 5 years ago, I started to realize that everything I was doing was just another thing to do. It felt like scrolling through Instagram, but it was my to-do list, and I just kept adding things, and it left me feeling empty and frustrated and unfulfilled. So I began to experiment slowly but surely to explore what changes worked and what changes didn't work for me. Some of them were small, some of them were really big, but the ones that have worked have really helped me to live from a place of rest and peace. I would say that the biggest change in my life compared to 5 years ago, and certainly 10 to 15 years ago, is that I don't find myself trapped in anxiety. I don't find myself unable to sleep at night because my mind won't turn off. I don't find myself unable to be present with people because I have a running to-do list in my brain. And that is worth any and all of the sacrifices that I've had to make to get there. I thought that maybe over the next couple of weeks, it might be helpful if I share just some of what has worked for me. Some of them have been really big changes, and some of them have been tiny little tweaks. And maybe, whether big or small, some of those changes would be helpful to you as you seek to live a life that has a little more relaxation, has a little more refreshment, and has a little more recovery, and has a little more rest. Now that I've made these changes, I'm never going back. And I'm so grateful for the process that I've been in and am continuing to explore that have made me able to live a life that is more restful and that is more peaceful. So, thank you for tuning in again, and there's more to come.